Saltburn is intentionally cool and focused on creating a certain vibe. Emerald Fennell, the director of Saltburn, has a knack for creating great vibe, especially when it comes to choosing the perfect actors. The audition process for Saltburn was thorough, but the effort put into it totally paid off. Emerald Fennell, who wears many hats as a writer, director, and producer, wanted actors who were full of charm, chemistry, and charisma. For Barry Keoghan in the role of Oliver, they used a unique process called charisma casting that involved delving into actors' past roles rather than relying on traditional auditions. Fennell mentioned she really wanted to collaborate with Barry ever since being impressed by his strong performance in the 2017 film The Killing of a Sacred Deer directed by Yorgos Lanthimos. I was just obsessed with Barry Keoghan, having seen The Killing of a Sacred Deer. He's such a compelling performer. I remember watching that movie, and it was one of those movies I watched like twice, immediately, one day after the other, because I just couldn't get my head around how fascinating and beautiful, savage and hilarious it was. I loved Barry. She appreciates his ability to delve into emotions that are both powerful and uncomfortable, adding a touch of humor. Precisely what Fennell needed for the character of Oliver. With Oliver, what I was looking for was somebody who had the capability to be vulnerable, be an outsider, something otherworldly, and once I met Barry, there was just no one else. Fennell confessed that she grew increasingly fascinated by Keoghan during their video call interview. Just like the characters he portrays, Keoghan appears to be increasingly mysterious. Fennell was also surprised by his impressive technical skills, particularly noting his excellent English accent. So, when it came to casting Jacob Elordi as Felix, the process was a bit different. The director, Fennell, hadn't seen him in Euphoria before, so Jacob had to go through an audition, and the director said that she was thrilled by his performance. He came in and auditioned, and he just gave this unbelievably potent, relaxed, real performance of a person that could so easily not be real. Fennell was looking for someone to play Felix as a kind of clueless but likable. It was crucial for her to find an actor that the audience couldn't resist because the story revolves around charm being used as a weapon and the dynamics of power. But the really tough part for Jacob is that he only has a 3-week gap between shooting scenes for Priscilla and Saltburn. He wasn't entirely confident about being the lead in 2 big movies one after the other when he got cast in both Priscilla and Saltburn at the same time. So, after securing the key actors, Barry Keoghan and Jacob Elordi, the next step was assembling the rest of the cast. The casting director, Carmel Cochrane, discovered Archie Madekwe and Alison Oliver for the roles of Farley and Venetia. Fennell said those auditions were the most impressive ones she'd ever watched. It's crucial not to have a cast that's too overwhelming, you know. You want a mix of familiar and unfamiliar faces, and honestly, these two are just unbelievably talented. Obviously, Rosamund Pike and Richard Grant were the perfect choices. With Rosamund, Fennell said that he practically pleaded with her to join because he's a massive admirer of her work. Who did you like the most in Saltburn? Let us know in the comments.